right, let me just make sure that my stream is showing up on my phone here. I just gamed for like over 2 hours, which is crazy because I haven't gamed that long since like I played Sims, so that's kind of crazy. That maybe I found a game that I'm good at. I feel like I like it because it is like a slower pace of play. But anyway, now I need to stretch a little bit. I'm gonna keep it basic, but I did like redo my face, so I'm just gonna get maximum use out of this. So first things first, I'm gonna do a little bit of butterfly here. I'm not trying to ASMR, but it is kind of late where I'm at, so I'm just trying not to be like super loud. But anyway, get in the butterfly and flap those wings. I also really feel like I need to stretch my back after sitting there for 2 hours, but first we'll flap those butterfly wings like we're gonna fly away. So beautiful. I'm just gonna reach over the front here and just okay, I don't understand. Every time I use Streamlabs on my iPad, like what I see on it is like completely different than what is actually being captured. So I need to scoot over this way some more so that I'm centered. I'm just going to lean over the front here. I'll try to keep my hair out of the way. Hopefully my hair didn't dry too flat because I had gaming headphones on for 2 hours as it was drying, but it looks not bad so far. And just lean over like the front of my feet here as I'm in a butterfly. Just really stretch it out. Maybe do like a couple of, so this is called like over the bar, under the bar, because you're supposed to like imagine there's like a bar in front of you. Thank you for the follow. So you just like go underneath and then lift back up. And so it's good if you don't want to just like sit and like hold it like over your feet, because then you can just kind of like dip. So it's not as bad as just kind of like just leaning over, I guess, to mix it up a little bit. I guess you can also get in like a little bit like deeper into the stretch if you want that, because you're like, okay, it's only like 1 second of like dipping. So a couple of different things you can do. And I'm going to take my other foot, extend it out here, scoot over so you guys can hopefully see. Again, I'm filming this on my iPad, so it's super weird because what I'm seeing is like different than what's like actually being broadcasted, which is super strange. So I'm going to just reach over for this foot. Okay, perfect. I actually centered that well. I'm just going to reach over for this foot here. Then I'm going to just bring it over kind of towards the front. I guess it's kind of more of like a 45. You could go either way. You go to the front, you go to 45. They're both a good stretch. Everything's going to hurt anyway, regardless of what you do. I'm just going to hold it here. I have my like forearms on the ground, but however close you can get. I'm just trying to stretch out after sitting for like 2 hours. But like my hands started cramping as I was gaming. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but that happened to me. Like I literally was grabbing the remote like one side with like both of my hands. And I'm like, this can't be right. All right, and I'm going to switch legs here. Again, I'm going to keep the stretch pretty short because it's what day is it? Tuesday. I hope it's Tuesday. And I do have work tomorrow. So I'm just going to reach over for this foot. Again, a couple different things you can do here. You can just kind of reach over sideways. I feel like this one stretches my back, but you can also like reach forward towards the foot. Do a little nose to knee here. And just kind of hold it. And then just kind of lean over the front here. Just really get into that stretch. Again, you could do like straight in front of you or like to the 45. But for me, like I really feel it like in the back of my leg. So just feel like as long as you're feeling a stretch, that's good. That's what's important. Let me scoot over a little bit so that you all can see me here. All right. Do a little bit of back stretching while I'm here. Just mix it up, I guess, a little bit. So I'm gonna get in the typical like yoga pose and make sure I'm not clicking any buttons on my watch, but just start kind of arching and lowering my back. Just kind of stretch that out a little bit. I don't know what that was. Like my whole body started falling. But just illustrating the arch in that back. All right, back to leg stretching. So I'm going to tuck one knee like kind of underneath and behind me. Then I'm going to extend the other one forward. I'm going to reach forward for the toes here. My hair looks really good in this stream. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to reach forward for this toe here. Let me see in a second when my stream catches up if I need to adjust a little bit. I did buy a little clip-on mic that should be here tomorrow, so I'm pretty hyped for that. Okay, you can sort of see me. Ignore that the little flower blossom's in the way, but just reaching forward for this front foot here. And then I'm going to switch over to the center and just kind of lean over the center here. And just kind of hold it. It's funny because I feel like I've been stretching more regularly, but every time I do this, it like hurts. And I'm like, are we making progress? Are we not? What's going on? And then I'm going to do something similar to what I'm doing here, but I'm going to tuck my foot like underneath me. And then the front foot's still out. I'm just going to reach for it. Just, again, get a little bit of a different stretch in here. I just really feel these stretches in the back of my legs. So I'm going to do the same thing that I just did. I'm going to tuck my other leg behind me to the side, and I'm going to reach forward for my front foot here. My hair's all over the place. Reach forward for this front foot. Do a little nose to knee or forehead to knee, whatever you're able to do. Just gotta stretch it out. Cause I don't know about you, but I was sitting for the last 2 hours. And probably a lot of us were. I'm gonna do what I did on the other side. I'm just gonna lean over the center here as well and just get that stretch in. All right, I'm gonna go back to a little butterfly stretch here, just as I do a little bit of neck stretching and stuff. So back in butterfly, flap those wings. I'm just gonna look side to side here, stretch out that neck just because I was sitting for 2 hours. Just make sure my neck is still functioning. And then let me try to grab my hair here. So I'm just gonna like circle my neck around, just kind of letting it fall. Try not to go too far back because I hear it's like bad if you like are moving your neck backwards. So I'm just kind of circling my neck around here. Then I'm gonna go the opposite direction. Just circle my neck around. Just stretch everything out. Stretch out a little bit of my wrists here also while I'm here. Also like stretch out like my ankles a little bit, roll those around. Not that I was using them, but you never know. I definitely just heard that one pop, but that's okay. So now I'm going to do a little bit of the hip stretches that I like. So I saw this in a video and I love doing this stretch now. I love the way it feels. So I'm taking one foot and I'm crossing it over in front of the other, just like on top of my knee, and I'm just running into things. Okay, I'm going to stack my feet and I'm going to pull my foot towards me, and I really feel like this is like a good hip opener. Just keep everything loose. Just pull this towards me. I feel like sometimes I'm like, am I hurting myself or is this good for me? I don't know. But I don't know, I like the way this hurts because it like, I don't know, it hurts so good, I guess. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other foot. I'm just gonna stack it over on top and pull my knee in towards me here. Just open that all up. This would be kind of relaxing if this didn't hurt so much. And then I'm going to just take both knees in, give myself a little hug, and roll back up here. So, some other stretches. So, I saw this on Snapchat today. So, pants are coming untied. These are my pajama shorts, by the way. Getting ready for bed. So, like another interesting like stretch I saw like on Snapchat today. So, I guess this is like good for like hip opening. Is just kind of like you come down. I think she was like in a squat, and then you like stretch back up, and then you squat, and you stretch back up. You do it like 10 times. It's supposed to be good just for opening up your hips. So I guess I'm gonna try it. Just kind of squat, and then roll back up because I feel like this is another kind of basic stretch thing that I don't do that often. I honestly lost count. I don't know where I'm at. So I'm just gonna call this good and say that that was 10. But I feel like I kind of neglect doing just like the basic stretches. So just kind of like reaching over to like one side and grabbing my ankle here. I guess I'm kind of pushing my knee back, but also grabbing my ankle here. And then in a second, I'm going to switch and reach over for the center. I'm just going to do all three here. If you're very flexible, your hands will end up like behind your legs, but I'm not that flexible, so my hands are kind of in between here. And I'm going to reach over to the other side. I'm just going to grab my ankle and also like pushing my knee back simultaneously. I'm also going to hit a quick lunge here because those are good. Oh, if I don't fall over first. Quick lunge, and then just do like, you guys can't really see the yoga rotation where grab my foot and twist upwards. Do the same thing on the other side. Grab that lunge. Really feel that lunge. And then just grab and reach. Open everything up there. Alright, and again, some more basic ones. I'm just going to grab one foot behind me and just kind of pull this one behind me as well. So I did see a variant of this stretch that uses a resistance band. If you're interested in taking your stretching, I guess, like up a notch. I don't know if this takes your stretching up a notch or if it makes it easier, but kind of like a variant of just standing there and grabbing your ankle. You can also get like one of these big loopy resistance bands, or like even just, I think like a smaller one would probably work, but you take one of these and you can just like pull your foot towards you, and it's kind of a similar thing to what we just did, but you just pull your foot towards you. I feel like this is kind of a completely different like stretch, but similar motion of like grabbing your foot behind you, I guess. So different things that can be done. I'm gonna even this out and do the same thing on this side here. I feel like for me the hardest part is like getting my foot into this, and then it's not bad. I don't know if I'm in the right spot. Seems like this is hurting me. Just pulling that foot towards me. And then, again, back to those little basic ones. I'm just gonna like pop one foot out, reach down for it. Just kind of stretching out that calf there and switching legs. So reaching down and popping that out. And then, since I inflamed my Achilles tendon when I was in college, I gotta do this one because it's near and dear to my heart. Thank you for the emoji. I'm not sure what that means. um, so I'm going to just place, if you have a wall, it works better, but I'm just gonna place my foot like up against like something flat and just kind of push up against it because it is like a good Achilles stretch, like good back of the leg stretch. Because I inflamed my Achilles tendon one time, so gotta do it because that's a bummer when that happens. All right, there we go. Just to salute, ouch, Achilles tendon. I know it happened my first week of college. I like was walking too much and I like inflamed it, and then like I couldn't walk, and I was like, what do? I don't have a car. So it was all bad. But anyway, just gonna end this with a little bit of butterfly here, just kind of where we started at again. I'm keeping this like a little bit shorter just because it is like a little bit later, and I did just game for like 2 hours, so I'm kind of tired. I have laundry to put away and things, but I'm just gonna lean over this and get that stretch in. Extreme gamer, I know. I'm working on it. The only game I really could play for like hours and hours and like not get tired though was like Sims. I was just like a freak for Sims. Like back in middle school, honestly, I started playing it back in elementary school, which is like a bit inappropriate, but it's all right. Okay, I think Sims, of course. I know we love a good Sims. I need to get back into it. I hear there's like a Sims 4, so I'll have to check it out. The last time I played Sims was like Sims 2. And it was like 4 CDs I had to install on my computer. But it was cool. I love that game. Good stretches though. I'm glad you guys like the stretches. I feel like it's like something I need to do more often, and then just the fact that I can stream it and people like it works out really well. I think I played on the Sims game. Sims 1. Good for you. All right, I think that's everything I have here. Just lastly, I guess just like putting everything back. Do I do yoga as well? I don't. I've been to like probably like 5 yoga classes, and I think they're cool, but I don't know. I don't go that often. Yoga can get a little bit pricey. So I'm just kind of reaching forward for the front of my toes. Just, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I've just been like stretching everything out. So I'm kind of putting everything back in. But I feel like I should get more into yoga. I could just teach you all yoga, but I first have to teach myself yoga. Your toes are just barely poking out. Isn't that the idea? I'm glad you guys think that's cute. I'm not trying to make this a foot stream, unfortunately, but anyway, I hope you all feel very stretched out. I feel very stretched out. Oh, I've got arms. Do a little bit of arms here. Oh my god, I just heard my shoulder pop out. A little bit more arms. Sorry, I just did like the finishing stretch and now I'm like, whoops, we forgot a whole thing. I really don't know that many arm stretches, so I'm just kind of keeping it. I just keep it kind of basic with my arm stretches. And I forgot back. All right, here we go. It's late. I'm tired. So for this stretch, you can either extend your leg in front of you or you can bend it. I'm going to opt to bend mine just so that I can stretch my back a little bit here. So I basically just kind of like pretzeled myself. One leg is crossed over, kind of like you're sitting crisscross applesauce, and the other one's just kind of like on top, and then you're just gonna twist. If you haven't popped your back today, this could probably pop your back today, but I think I've already popped mine today. I work from home and I've been sitting for many hours already, but still feels good. Do the same thing on the other side. Again, you can put your leg in front of you and just twist. I guess it's whatever feels good for you, but I'm gonna cross mine a little bit because this is something that I learned from a yoga class. Do you have any good stretches for the soles, the feet, like for runners? I don't think that I do. I just know, so I used to run like back when I was in college. Like I'd like I don't know why I would get out and run like 10 miles like for no reason. But for me, I just did like really the basic stretches. Like I was just doing like lunges and just kind of like so I would just do like the lunges like on each side and then I would just kind of like stretch out the calves and then just like grab the feet. But honestly, I didn't do much. I really don't know much for the soles of your feet. But I do know that getting good running shoes is like super important for that. Like even if they're not like the coolest looking running shoes, like go to a running store, get professionally fitted for running shoes. Like they might be expensive, they might be kind of ugly, but like they will work. So very important because like everyone's like feet have like different arches, and I feel like that really is like why people's feet hurt or like why they're like not performing well is because they're in the wrong like running shoes for running. That's why so many people hate running. So go get correctly fitted running shoes. Like number one tip there. The Nike Pegasus. I don't know if I have any of those. I when I got professionally fitted at the running shoe store, I got like these Mizuno shoes, and I'm like, oh, these aren't Nike, these aren't cool, but they're like, no, this is what your feet need. But like, I was running like 10 miles at a time, so worked out good for me. Do you have any? Do you have high arches? Is that good or bad for running? I don't know. I think mine are like regular. I don't know. But I know like if you can tell if you do or not, like if you like put your like if you get your the bottom of your foot wet, like if you step in like a puddle or something, I don't know, like if you get the bottom of your foot wet and then you like step on the sidewalk and like depending on how much of like your arch you can see, that like helps determine if you have like high or low arches, but I think mine are like kind of regular. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, honestly, going to the running store and like getting professionally fitted for shoes, like they can look at how you run and things, like that really helps out. Yeah, I'm not a running expert. I haven't run in like several years, unfortunately, because I injured myself. I don't know, maybe from lack of stretching, but I have not run in like, when was the last time I ran? It's probably been like 3 or 4 years since I ran last, but I do walk every day. I do go on like daily walks of my neighborhood. I'll typically walk like 2.5 miles every day, and I'll like go up hills and stuff. Just because I really like it. I don't know, like hot girl walk, depression girl walk, whatever you want to call it. I do try to like go on walks every day, especially just to get outside, just like breathe some actual air outside. So even if you can't run, walking is still just as effective. Like there's people that are like you have to run to get in shape, but like honestly, if you walk, like you'll get in good shape as well. What was that one stretch where you stack your feet? I forget what you called it. Um, oh, are you talking about is it this one? I feel like I don't know what this is called. I saw this in a YouTube video of stretching. I saw it from Mad Fit's video. Um, I don't know if it's this one you're talking about. This is personally one of my favorite stretches. This is quite the hip opener there. I'm not sure that's the one you were talking about. I run all the time or kickbox. Good for you. I am walking slowly through my neighborhood listening to a podcast like a suburban mom. I'm trying to think of what stretch you were referencing. Um, Nice. Okay. I'll assume that was the stretch you were looking for. But anyway, I try to stretch often. I try to do this like stretching more often. So tune in for the next stretching video, probably coming up in the next couple of days. I do have a really fun stream that I have planned for tomorrow. I did order a bunch of stuff from Shein. Don't come for me for how much stuff I order from Shein, but I do have some like rave outfits that I have. So it's gonna be fun. So tune in tomorrow, like evening, to see that. So pretty hyped for that because I have a rave to go to, so I bought like literally 10 things. So hopefully something works out. Do you know Navasana or boat pose? Not off the top of my head. I'd probably have to Google what they were. I'm gonna do a try on haul tomorrow, yeah. So some fun rave fits coming to you tomorrow. from Shein, of course. So it'll be fun. But thank you all for hanging out with me and stretching with me if you stretched with me this evening. I hope you all have a good rest of your night and happy, I guess now it's Wednesday, so happy hump day. We made it halfway through the week. But yeah, again, thank you all for hanging out with me. If you're not already, definitely follow. I really appreciate that. It just lets me know that you enjoy the content that I'm posting. But thank you all again for hanging out with me tonight and stretching with me. So I will see you all tomorrow in the next video, and hopefully I'll see you in my rave outfit try on haul because that'll be. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fun. I feel like I can give you like an honest like perspective on what I think of things, like if you're thinking of ordering them. So I kind of like it. I feel like a lot of haul videos, honestly, sometimes like you see people try on stuff and they're like, this is fantastic, but like most just by try on is not fantastic. So I think it's kind of fun. Plus, then like I like post everything from like Twitch later onto like YouTube just so that I have something to look back on when I'm old. Um, so I think it's just funny that I'm putting like an actually like honest, brutal perspective out like on clothing. But again, thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow. But again, appreciate you all for hanging out with me and have a good rest of your evening.